Good evening and welcome back to another day on the channel, God's Country Shooting and Outdoors. And I got to be honest, I'm way behind on videos. Um, Quick summary of why I've not been on here. I've took a little bit different position at work, spending a whole lot more time out in the field and a lot more overtime, a lot more call outs and things like that. So I apologize for not getting on here more. I really do enjoy making videos. I'm not the best at it, but I enjoy trying to stay in contact with you guys. I love to see you comment. I love when you ask questions. Sometimes it makes me dig deeper to have to understand what's going on or what needs to be looked at and try to help you guys find answers. I love the Lord. I love hunting. I love fishing, and my dog is having a time out there playing. So don't pay any attention to my dog. All right. So trying to catch up on everything that's going on. I want to bring back a gun that you've seen me make video on about this rifle. This is the Savage Axis in 280 AI. And I got to be honest and say, for the price of the gun, I mean, this is, as far as I know, still the cheapest rifle that you can buy in 280 AI. I mean, it meets all of the standards of the Savage Axis 2 rifle. I do like the little pattern on it, gives a little bit more grip to it. The bolt on it's pretty smooth. Um, but when we're looking at cartridges, the number one thing that we're looking at is it accurate enough to take the game that we're after. I really like the 280 cartridge, but I got to be honest, I lean a lot towards the 7mm or .284 calibers a lot, anyways. So I have good news and bad news. Let's just start with the bad news. When I started making the video on this, it was right before Hurricane Helene, like 2 days before, if not the day before, Helene hit our area. Damascus, Virginia, got hit really hard. We spent weeks there trying to get the water and sewer back in working condition again. And I just, with everything going on there, working 80 hours a week, I just didn't get around to making a video on this one. So I want to give you a little bit of backup. I do have a few shots here. So I don't always get to take a rifle out in the field and shoot and get used to it before I have a chance to really do a video on it. But this was a gun that I took to the range with me when I was doing videos on something else. And I found that the 140s seemed to shoot really good, if I remember correctly. Yes, the 140s and the 150, yeah, the Terminal Ascent and a 155 and 140 shot pretty good, especially for what I was shooting. And we'll go into that. Hopefully, you'll go back and watch the video. I think I put the ammo in that video as what I would be testing. So I took this gun to the range and tested it. I don't know where the SD card is for that because it's been so long. But from memory, I met a real good young man. We spent a lot of time talking, reloading the 6.8 Western. I let him shoot this gun a little bit. The range results could have been better, and I hope that you understand that based on the amount of wind that was coming in at the time. I tried from the 100 200 yard range to go over to the 600 yard range, and I didn't really feel comfortable shooting past 400 with this gun based on the amount of wind that we were getting. But out of curiosity, I wanted to know what this gun would do. And I'm shooting a BDC bullet drop reticle in this gun, and I was really surprised the first 400 yard shot. Um, I didn't hit it. The second one, I didn't hit it, and I saw the dirt, and I realized that this gun shot flatter than I really expected it to. Uh, I had no problems from 100, 200, and 300 drilling steel pretty dead on. 300, I took a couple shots at and drilled steel both with those shots. And then the 400 yard range steel, I think it was the third shot when I finally figured out. I already knew what my wind drift was going to be roughly at that range, but it was the BDC where to hold between the third dot, second dot, fourth dot, all of those. And I had no problems hitting steel once I figured out this gun was flatter than I expected it to be. So, will this gun take game at the 400 yards? Absolutely. It's a matter of finding what ammo does it really like. Now, the big question for most of you are going to be how accurate is it? I've got a lot of Savage guns because I'm a budget gun guy. I've got a few really nice guns, but I've got mostly budget guns because they work for me, and I like seeing things that new hunters, young hunters, budget hunters can get into, and I want to make sure that they can work. Would I like some really nice rifles? Absolutely. I do have another new rifle sitting over there. I will spoil a little bit and say that I done some trading around and traded one of my Howa 1500 guns around and got a different Howa, or got a different gun from that Howa. So I need to make a video on that when I need to get to the range. Now for results. Results on this gun, I think could have been better. I think part of it was me, part of it was the wind. Trying to hurry up and shoot at the time. Kind of dealing with 10 to 15 mile an hour winds at time. Just a montage of different things. So I do think that the gun is capable of doing a little bit better, but is it good enough? That's the question. If you're looking for a gun to shoot 300 yards at animals, I don't really see that there's a problem if you spend the time getting used to the gun and finding the ammo that it likes. Now, having said that, I'm just going to show you the poster board here. Hopefully you can see that. And then this is the other ones here. So let's read them off. Now, if you notice, there's 5 shots there because I backed up and shot, or at least 4 shots. I backed up and shot the rest of the ammo after I'd done my 3-shot group. The 3-shot group with the 160 grain partitions was not all that great. The 3-shot group was 1.98. The second 3-shot group I shot out of this gun was 1.79. That's not too great at all. The 140 grain Nosler, and this was their ballistic tip type bullet. I had 3 groups from the first time I shot. I wrote my notes down, and then this paper here I shot again to get a group out of it. So out of 3-shot groups, I got a 7/8 inch group, a 1.0 inch group, and roughly a tad under 1 inch. So this gun does shoot relatively 1 MOA with the 140 grain Noslers. And then the 280 AI and the ELDX, it really didn't like them. I shot 3 groups with it, and 1.45, 1.61, and another group that in my notes I didn't write it down on this target board was right around 1.5, 1.49, something like that. And then the terminal ascents, 155 grain terminal ascents was a 1.25 group. The Nosler and the terminal ascent, I tried both of them out to 400 yards. And out to 400 yards, I could hit still pretty good. I feel like the terminal ascents in 155 are a pretty, that grain weight maybe be just a touch on the heavy side, but your gun might like the 155s. This gun seems to really like the 140 grain bullets through it. So I personally, I want to reload this gun a little bit later, maybe do some videos on reloading it. But for the most part, the 140 grain weight bullet seems to be the area that it likes on grain weight. But different manufacturers are a little different. Now, if I was just going to pick up this gun and take it hunting again, knowing what the 140 grain nozzlers are like, if I'm going whitetail hunting or something like that, I'm not going to have any problems picking up another box or two of that, making sure that the gun's still on and going hunting with it. So I do think that it's capable of doing one MOA reloading. I might be able to get it underneath that just a little bit. Better day shooting, not so windy. It's very possible to get under one MOA, but those right there in itself shows that it's pretty capable of doing at least one MOA. So how picky are you? I mean, are you looking at a half MOA, quarter MOA, 3/4 MOA at 100 yards? If you're looking for a gun that's going to kill animals and take them efficiently out to 300-400 yards, I think that this gun's very capable of doing that, especially for a gun that's in the $500 range. So overall, I'm very tickled with it. I am curious to later on do some reloading with it and see what we can work up on this gun, and try to get something maybe a little bit better, or at least a good hand load, and maybe something like an SSD, a ballistic tip type ammo, and then something like a Barnes TTSX or something like that. I kind of like balancing my guns based on where I'm going hunting or what I'm hunting for, between something more of a thin skinned and then more of a secondary bullet for something a little thicker. I do like a good pass through shot. I like to have blood on both sides if possible. But anyways, that's kind of the video on this. I wish I had video of the range, but I mean, I couldn't hardly keep cameras up, and what camera footage I got, I don't even know where the SD cards are. It probably wouldn't have been video worth having. So hopefully you guys that's been watching for a while, men, women, children, whoever, I hope you guys trust me enough to know that I'm trying to be as accurate as possible. I don't like making 2 or 3 videos and cutting in this and that. This is what it is. And I try to be very efficient and try to be as good as I can be with these shots, these videos, and be as honest as I can about them. So until next time, remember, love God, love the outdoors, love your family. We've got a short time on earth to live and enjoy. And I put God first. And when I put Him first, everything else just seems to come together. And I find joy in all of the creation, the mountains, the animals, everything that I've given us. I give Him the thanks and the glory because I trust Him, I believe in Him, and boy, He ain't never failed me yet. So until next time, thank you guys for watching. If you would, please share these videos if you like them, if you get anything out of them. Please comment. I try my best to comment back. Sometimes it's a couple days, maybe even a week before I get back with you based on whether I'm on call or not. But I enjoy you guys commenting and things like that. So please don't forget to do that, and please like it, hit that thumbs up button, so I can try to be a friend to more people if possible. Until next time, thanks. God bless.